Hello, and welcome my name is Moshe Heller, and I wanted to thank the American Acupuncture Council for letting me present today. And today I'll be talking about ADHD, the microbiome, and Chinese medicine. Can move this. Let's move to the slides. All right. I wanted to discuss this topic because I just actually returned from a conference in Germany, in Rothenburg, where I heard a lot of very interesting lectures. One of them was how we can view the microbiome in Chinese medicine. And the other one was about ADHD, and I wanted sort of to combine and give some ideas about this concept. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Oh, sorry. The first thing I wanted to discuss is the microbiome and how we can view that in Chinese medicine. And I think we can think of the microbiome as this balance of our earth element and the relationship to all the other elements, meaning that the earth is placed in the center and is the axis between water and fire, and also between wood and earth. So it provides this balance of um, between the different elements, and provides this kind of basis for this transformation that needs to happen in the earth element. The I also This also correlates to the idea that there is a relationship between our neurological system, our gastrointestinal system, and our immune system. We call it in our course, in the Jingchen pediatric course, the neurogastroimmune triad. So it's related to the triple burner, and it is the relationship between our nervous system, our gastrointestinal system, and our immune system. Meaning that, especially as relating to the microbiome, that there's a strong relationship between our gastrointestinal or our gut and our nervous system, our brain. The term that's coined a lot in Western alternative thinking or complementary thinking is the gut brain axis, and we know a lot about that. And what I will show is that there's a relationship between that and the earth, strengthening the earth in Chinese medicine. So, this sort of conclusion that kind of brings us to think that that our gut health equals a strong earth element, equals a balanced brain, meaning that when we have dysbiosis or issues with our gut, then our earth element is imbalanced, and our brain can be also have dysfunction. That could cause brain fog as a very good example, but also just difficulty in concentrating and keeping on track. And that's where ADHD might manifest. I thought it was very interesting in the lecture that there is a PubMed research that was done on the 12 most common single herbs prescribed for childhood ADHD. So we have 12 of them, and look at them. And when we look at them, there's quite a few that relate to the earth, or harmonizing the earth. Shuchang Pu, that is an herb that really strengthens the spleen, but also helps resolving phlegm and dampness. And Shanya, we all know, as well as Fu Ling, that are very important for strengthening the earth and resolving dampness and phlegm. We also see some other herbs that connect to the whether it is the fire or earth and heart relationship, or spleen and heart relationship, as well as ones for just calming the Shen and spirit, and strengthening the kidney energy. So as it relates to the brain. So when we look at treating ADHD with herbology in particular, there are I wanted to bring the patterns that are associated with the spleen and stomach and or with the earth. And so the first one I wanted to bring up is spleen vacuity with dampness. So that in these cases we'll see poor concentration. There could be excess movement or fidgeting, a lot of fidgeting, difficulty in focusing and keeping your mind focused in one thing. And there's kind of a tendency, if there's this kind of lassitude of spirit, or what I sometimes associated with what we might call brain fog, and and then some digestive issues, loose stools, etc. And the main formula that we might use for that is Shenling Baizusan. And we know that Shenling Baizusan is a great formula to use when there's dampness in the spleen, and it's also really an important formula for balancing your microbiome. And there's a strong relationship between using this formula and balancing your gut microbiome. There's other possibilities of using herbs like Banxia Hopotang if there's more dampness and liver involvement, or Xiao Jiang Tang for more of a pure deficiency of spleen qi. So this is an example of one pattern that's associated with the spleen. The other one that I wanted to bring up is actually heart and spleen qi vacuity, what we might call the Guipitang syndrome. So in this case, we'll have a lot of paleness, pale face, pale nails, pale lips, and a lot of fatigue, but on the other hand, insomnia. So these children are tired all the time on one hand, but they cannot sleep, and have a lot of dreams and issues with that. They can become very anxious quickly and short of breath from being anxious, and have a very poor appetite and a tendency for loose stools. And we can see, so these are the symptoms, and we will be using a variation of Guipitang, which is the classical formula for harmonizing or strengthening spleen qi and heart qi, and supporting heart blood. So as you can see, you can read that the ingredients that I created a slight variation of Guipitang if you are trying to address ADHD in particular. Then I wanted to show the third pattern, which is the last one we'll discuss, where we get phlegm heat. Phlegm heat pattern, phlegm, and of course spleen vacuity is very much connected and associated with one another. This is more of an excess type of pattern. There'll be a lot of excessive movement in speech, difficulty controlling oneself, meaning that just very reactive, and you act first, think later. Lack of concentration, easily angered. Sometimes they have these outbursts of violence, a lot of agitation, and sometimes you'll see the phlegm actually present, whether it's coming through their nose or having coughs, and also if there's some heat, there could be also some bad breath when you can notice that. So when we see all these patterns, we can use the formula Huang Lian Wen Dan Tang with different variations. So Wen Dan Tang is a very important formula, I think, when there's phlegm that's kind of misting the heart orifices, um, or causing different types of emotional behaviors, especially this obsessive compulsive tendency. And the Huanglian we add because of the heat and trying to cool and dry the phlegm. So you this is the main formula for this kind of pattern, showing there's three different patterns that I've discussed here, associated with this spleen imbalance that creates symptoms of ADHD. Um, and so the if you would like to hear more information about this type of diagnosis and in generally treating ADHD, we have a course that will happen in the fall of 2026. Please log into our website at jingshenpediatrics.com to hear more information about this course. Again, I want to thank the American Acupuncture Council for letting me give you this information, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.